Little People, Big World's Amy Roloff clashes with friend over how to deal with Matt's farm. Hello viewers, I am Alana. Welcome back to my channel. USA Daily History for Roloff family latest news update. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. In the ever-evolving world of Little People, Big World, few storylines have captivated fans as deeply as the ongoing saga surrounding Roloff Farms. Over nearly 2 decades, the sprawling Oregon property has been more than just a picturesque backdrop for pumpkin season and family barbecues. It's been the symbol of dreams, struggles, heartbreak, and hope for the Roloff family. But as seasons change and relationships evolve, the question of what to do with Matt Roloff's iconic farm has sparked tensions that even Amy Roloff, the beloved matriarch, never expected to face, especially not with one of her closest friends. The most recent episodes revealed a surprising rift between Amy and her longtime confidant, Lisa Dixon, over how Amy should handle the farm's future and more specifically, how she should navigate the emotional minefield of her ex-husband Matt's decision to sell portions of the property. The conversation, meant to be supportive, quickly spiraled into an emotionally charged clash that left fans questioning just how much history can weigh down even the strongest friendships. In this 5,000-word deep dive, we'll break down what happened between Amy and her friend, how the farm's legacy continues to test family ties, what the fans are saying, and why this farm remains the beating heart of Little People, Big World. Roloff Farms isn't just acres of pumpkin patches and photo ops for tourists each fall. It's Amy's entire adult life laid out in neat rows of corn, sprawling gardens, and weathered barns that hold 1,000 memories. When she and Matt built their dream home and raised their 4 children, Jeremy, Zach, Molly, and Jacob, the farm was supposed to be a forever legacy for their kids. But time, as fans know, has a way of unraveling even the best-laid plans. After Amy and Matt's messy divorce in 2016, Amy made the heart-wrenching decision to sell her stake in the farm to Matt. It was, at the time, the only path forward that allowed her to build her own future. She bought a cozy new home, married her now husband Chris Merrick, and tried to redefine her sense of belonging. However, Matt's subsequent decisions regarding the farm, especially the attempt to sell a portion of the property to their twin sons, Jeremy and Zach, which fell through reopened old wounds. Zach and Tori's decision to move to Washington only added another layer of complexity. Fans watched in disbelief as family members appeared to drift further apart, the land that once brought them together now seemingly a wedge driving them apart. And through it all, Amy has been torn, wanting to support her kids, protect her own peace, and yet somehow still feel connected to the land that made her the woman she is today. In the latest episode, Amy sat down with her friend Lisa at a local wine bar, hoping for a relaxing catch-up, but the conversation quickly turned serious. Lisa, who has known Amy through her divorce, her new marriage to Chris, and countless pumpkin seasons, didn't mince words when she asked Amy what she planned to do about the farm. "It just feels like you're still letting Matt pull the strings," Lisa told Amy, her tone as blunt as it was concerned. "At some point, you have to decide if you're really done with it emotionally, financially, all of it. Otherwise, he's always going to have this hold over you." Amy, visibly frustrated, fired back. "It's not that simple, Lisa. You don't understand. It's not just a property to me. It's my kids' memories. It's my life. I spent over 30 years building that place up, and now he wants to sell to whoever he wants after telling me for years he'd keep it in the family. How am I supposed to just let that go?" What started as an honest heart-to-heart turned into an uncomfortable sparring match. Lisa, trying to push Amy to move on, was met with Amy's fierce loyalty to her past, a clash that revealed just how raw the farm situation still is for Amy. Fans were quick to take sides online. Some praised Lisa for giving Amy the tough love she needed to hear. Others called her out for lacking empathy. "I love Amy, but Lisa was right. She needs to let go and focus on the amazing life she's built with Chris," one fan wrote on Reddit. "She's letting Matt live rent-free in her head." But another fan countered, "Lisa doesn't get it. That farm is Amy's legacy too. Of course she's hurt watching Matt sell it to strangers. It's a betrayal." Part of why Lisa's words stung so much is that they forced Amy to confront something she struggled with for years. The idea that moving on means completely cutting ties with a place that defined her identity for so long. And for Amy, who has worked tirelessly to stay connected to her kids and grandkids through the farm's traditions, that's not a simple decision. Another layer to this storyline is Amy's husband, Chris Merrick. Since marrying Amy in 2021, Chris has been a calming presence in her life, but some fans think his laid-back approach to the farm drama only fuels Amy's indecision. In past episodes, Chris has encouraged Amy to just let it go and fully embrace their new home together, separate from the farm. But he's also admitted he doesn't have the same emotional attachment to Roloff Farms, which some viewers see as a disconnect between the couple's perspectives. He's a realtor. He sees land as a transaction, a fan commented on Facebook. Amy sees it as her whole life story. This difference in mindset has occasionally bubbled up in their on-camera conversations. When Amy vents about Matt's decisions, Chris listens patiently but rarely offers concrete solutions. Some fans think this leaves Amy feeling more isolated when her friend Lisa or others push her to take a harder stance. Of course, the farm drama wouldn't be as heartbreaking if it didn't affect the next generation. Zach, Tori, Jeremy, and Audrey have all weighed in on the farm's fate at various points. Zach and Tori's move to Battleground, Washington, was a direct result of failed negotiations with Matt. Jeremy and Audrey, meanwhile, have made no secret of their desire to buy the farm but have repeatedly clashed with Matt over price and expectations. Amy has publicly expressed regret that she didn't hold on to her portion of the farm for the kids. In a past interview, she admitted, "If I knew then what I know now, I would have handled it differently. Maybe the kids would have had a better chance at keeping it in the family." This lingering guilt makes her even more sensitive to any suggestion that she should simply move on. To Amy, moving on feels like abandoning the dreams she once held for her children. As always, LPBW fans have taken to social media to share their hot takes. The clash with Lisa sparked passionate debates across Reddit threads, Facebook fan groups, and TikTok commentary. "Lisa means well, but she's overstepping," one viewer wrote. "Amy's been through enough. She deserves to mourn the farm in her own time." Others see it differently. "Amy is stuck in the past. It's time to cut the cord. Matt doesn't care, he's moving on with Karen." Amy should too, before it eats her up inside. Interestingly, some fans blame Matt more than anyone. "Let's be honest, none of this would be an issue if Matt didn't play games with the price," one user posted. "He priced it out of reach for his own kids, then acts like he's the victim. Typical Matt." Will Amy and Lisa patch things up? Longtime fans think so. The two have weathered countless ups and downs together, from Amy's divorce to her wedding planning drama, and a single disagreement probably won't erase decades of friendship. In a confessional, Amy admitted, "I know Lisa's just looking out for me, but sometimes I wish people would just let me feel what I feel without telling me what to do. I'm trying. I really am." It's a sentiment that resonated with many viewers, especially those who've faced similar family rifts. One fan summed it up best: "Amy is all of us who struggle to let go of the things that once made us feel whole. It's not easy. It takes time." Beyond the drama, the farm represents a bigger, universal truth. Letting go of the past is never easy, especially when it's tied to family, identity, and legacy. For Amy, it's not just a piece of land, it's where she built her family, found her purpose, and survived heartbreak. Maybe that's why so many little people, big world fans, remain invested in this storyline after all these years. The farm is more than a reality TV plotline. It's a mirror for anyone who's ever struggled to move on from a place, a person, or a dream they thought would last forever. As the season rolls on, Amy's clash with Lisa will likely be just one chapter in the farm's ever-complicated story. Whether she chooses to keep ties to the property through pumpkin season events, grandkid visits, or simply memories, it's clear that the farm will always hold a piece of her heart, and maybe that's okay. Maybe letting go doesn't mean forgetting it, means learning how to carry the past without letting it weigh you down. For now, fans will keep tuning in, hoping that someday the Roloffs find the peace and closure they all deserve. Until then, the pumpkins will keep growing. The gates will open for visitors every fall, and Amy will keep figuring out how to balance the past with the life she's building now, one heartfelt imperfect step at a time. Little people, big world. Is Amy Roloff's ego out of control? When it comes to little people, big world, LPBW, there's no denying that Amy Roloff has been one of the most recognizable and relatable faces on reality TV for nearly 2 decades. But in recent years, some fans have started to wonder, has Amy's ego grown a little too big for the small screens of Roloff Farms? From conflicts with ex-husband Matt Roloff, to tension with friends and even awkward moments with her children, Amy's changing attitude has sparked heated debates among loyal viewers. In this deep dive, we'll explore how Amy's image has evolved since the early days of LPBW, the moments that made fans question her motives, and what people close to her really think. Is Amy simply standing up for herself after years of being overshadowed, or is her ego becoming her biggest obstacle yet? When Little People, Big World premiered in 2006, Amy instantly won over audiences. As a little person raising a family on a sprawling Oregon farm, she navigated everyday life with humor, grit, and vulnerability. Many fans saw her as the glue holding the Roloff family together, while Matt focused on his big ideas and massive projects. Back then, Amy's humility and relatability were central to the show's charm. She cooked family dinners, hosted pumpkin season, and supported her kids Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob through milestones big and small. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming in her marriage to Matt. While Matt's larger-than-life personality sometimes clashed with Amy's practical approach, viewers largely saw Amy as the underdog trying to find her voice in the chaos. Amy and Matt's divorce in 2016 marked a turning point not just for their family but for Amy's public persona. Suddenly, Amy was no longer the farm wife balancing her husband's ambitious projects. She was a single woman navigating the dating world while redefining herself outside of her ex's shadow. At first, fans rallied around her. Her decision to move off the main farm property and buy her own home was widely praised as an empowering act of independence. Amy's new romance with Chris Merrick, whom she married in 2021, seemed like the happy ending she deserved. But for some viewers, Amy's newfound independence has sometimes come off as stubbornness or pride. Critics argue that she now insists on being right even when it leads to messy family disputes. The ongoing tension between Amy and Matt continues to fuel fan speculation that Amy's ego might be getting in the way. Even years after their split, the two remain business partners on the pharma setup that's proved to be a breeding ground for conflict. One of the biggest sticking points was the sale of Amy's share of Roloff Farms. While Matt purchased her stake, Amy has repeatedly expressed regret over how things played out. In a recent interview, she admitted she sometimes wishes she hadn't sold to Matt at all. Some fans applaud her honesty, while others see it as an example of Amy refusing to let go of old grievances. Season after season, scenes of Amy and Matt bickering over farm logistics, property lines, or family events leave viewers divided. Is Amy just standing up for herself against a controlling ex, or does she relish stirring the pot? Another area where fans have questioned Amy's attitude is her friendships. Longtime LPBW watchers know Amy used to host gatherings for her friends regularly, from cozy dinners to girls' nights. But more recently, she's faced rumors of fallouts with friends who feel overshadowed or used. Insiders claim that Amy's strong personality has made it harder for her to maintain friendships, especially since her fame grew post-divorce. Some even say she demands loyalty to the point of alienating people who don't take her side in conflicts, particularly when it comes to Matt and farm business. Her relationship with Chris Merrick has also raised eyebrows. While Chris is beloved by many fans for his easygoing demeanor, others worry he's sometimes caught in the crossfire of Amy's determination to have the last word. One of the most telling signs of Amy's changing reputation is how her children relate to her now. Zach and Tori, in particular, have shown signs of distancing themselves from the farm drama altogether. After Matt announced his decision to put part of the farm up for sale rather than passing it down to the kids, Zach and Tori made the bold move to relocate to Washington. Many fans believe Amy's refusal to mediate or soften the blow of the farm sale fallout played a role in the fractured family dynamic. Some insiders say Amy tends to see things strictly from her own perspective, leaving her children feeling caught between two strong-willed parents. Jacob, the youngest, has also called out elements of the show's narrative in the past, hinting that the family dysfunction runs deeper than what makes it to TV. But unlike Matt, who's often seen as the main instigator, some now believe Amy shares equal blame for the family rifts. One of Amy's most cherished traditions is pumpkin season. For years, she's welcomed thousands of visitors to Roloff Farms, donning her pumpkin-themed sweatshirts, posing for pictures, and sharing heartfelt updates on social media. Yet even pumpkin season has become a source of debate. While many fans love seeing Amy at the center of the action, others wonder if she uses it to feed her ego more than foster community spirit. Reports have emerged of Amy being dismissive towards staff and volunteers behind the scenes though. To be fair, others say she's always gracious. Her online presence also hints at a growing desire to control her image. Some followers have noticed that Amy deletes negative comments on her social media pages and seems more focused than ever on pushing her personal brand. Is it good business sense or proof that criticism now bruises her ego more than ever? It's impossible to ignore how Amy's growing business ventures have fed speculation about her ego. Since her divorce, she's launched multiple side hustles from Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen to her memoirs, motivational speaking gigs, and product lines. While her hustle is admirable, some fans see her constant self-promotion as proof she's no longer the down-to-earth farm mom they fell in love with. Amy's holiday baking videos, sponsored posts, and meet and greets often feature the same "look at me" energy that critics say clashes with her old image. At the same time, others argue that Amy deserves to reap the rewards of her hard work. After all, she spent years raising a family and supporting Matt's larger-than-life projects. Why shouldn't she have her turn in the spotlight? Amy's marriage to Chris Marek was seen by many as her chance to find balance and peace. Chris, a real estate agent with no ties to the Roloff family business, seemed like a breath of fresh air. He's patient, supportive, and usually the voice of reason when Amy gets riled up. Yet, some viewers believe Amy struggles to compromise even with Chris. On the show, we've seen moments where she dismisses his suggestions or talks over him in front of friends. These interactions have left fans wondering, is Chris being steamrolled by Amy's need to be in control? However, Chris himself has publicly defended his wife's strong personality, calling her independence one of the things he loves most about her. To him, Amy's assertiveness isn't about ego, it's about being true to herself after years of feeling minimized. If you scroll through any LPBW fan forum, you'll find heated threads about whether Amy's ego has become a problem. Some believe she's earned the right to stand her ground, especially when dealing with Matt. Others think she's lost the humility that once made her so lovable. Team Amy. She put up with Matt for decades. She deserves to speak her mind and run her life how she wants. Team Humility. Amy used to be so relatable, but now she acts like she's better than everyone else. She needs to chill. Neutral. She's human. We all have egos. I'd be protective too if my whole life played out on TV for strangers to judge. Whether her ego is out of control or not, Amy isn't slowing down. She's made it clear she plans to keep filming Little People, Big World for as long as it makes sense for her family. She's still running her side businesses, hosting fan events, and sharing her life on Instagram. If anything, Amy's story is a reminder of how reality TV can warp and amplify the everyday flaws and triumphs of ordinary people. Maybe her confidence has grown, maybe her stubborn streak is stronger than ever, or maybe, as some fans believe, Amy is simply reclaiming space she always deserved. So, is Amy Roloff's ego out of control? It depends who you ask. To her biggest supporters, she's a survivor who's finally standing up for herself. To her critics, she's become the kind of person she used to criticize someone more focused on being right than being kind. At the end of the day, Amy remains one of reality TV's most fascinating figures precisely because she's complicated. She's imperfect, she's strong-willed, and she's not afraid to show it. Maybe that's what keeps fans coming back season after season, because even when we don't agree with Amy, we can't look away. Amy Roloff says if she knew Matt would sell Farmhouse too. For over 2 decades, the iconic Roloff farms have served as the backdrop for Little People, Big World, a show that captured the triumphs, heartbreaks, and growing pains of the Roloff family. when Amy Roloff made the heart-wrenching decision to sell her share of the farm to ex-husband Matt Roloff after their 2016 divorce, many fans assumed the property would remain in family hands.